The HOA president stood in my backyard, smirking as my pool water gushed into the street. "You're violating community standards," she barked. But what she didn't know, that water wasn't hers to touch. It belonged to someone powerful. It all began one hot summer morning. I came home from work and heard splashing sounds, only to find 3 HOA workers draining my backyard pool without my permission. The leader, Karen Thompson, the HOA president, mid-50s, sharp bob haircut, expensive beige blouse, and that permanent "I own the neighborhood" smirk, stood there supervising like she was the queen of the suburbs. I asked, "What do you think you're doing?" She crossed her arms and said, "You didn't file a maintenance form. We're draining it. Your pool violates the new water usage rules." I tried explaining that I filled it using natural groundwater, not city water. But she laughed and said, "Water is water. HOA rules apply." I was furious but stayed calm. Instead of arguing, I called my cousin, Marcus, a 38-year-old environmental attorney. Tall, muscular, clean-shaven, always in rolled-up white sleeves and dark slacks. He came over within the hour, took photos and told me they just made a huge mistake. Turns out, the groundwater beneath my property was protected under a conservation agreement Marcus helped me register last year. That meant anyone tampering with it could face a $50,000 fine for environmental interference. The next HOA meeting was pure chaos. Karen strutted in wearing her signature pearl necklace and pink blazer, acting confident, until Marcus stood up with a folder full of legal documents. "You drained a pool containing protected groundwater," he said calmly. "You didn't just break HOA policy. You broke state law." The room went silent. Neighbors whispered. Karen's face went pale. One member asked nervously, "What happens now?" Marcus smiled. "Well, since the HOA authorized the act, they're financially responsible, unless they'd like to publicly apologize and cover the restoration costs." A week later, I watched as the HOA president and her crew returned, this time refilling my pool, scrubbing the tiles, and even adding a new filter. Karen, wearing oversized sunglasses to hide her embarrassment, mumbled, "We're sorry for the misunderstanding." I couldn't resist smiling. I leaned over and said, "Next time, ask before you touch my water." Since then, they've never stepped foot on my property again, and rumor has it, Karen resigned 2 weeks later. Sometimes revenge isn't about getting even. It's about letting them realize they picked the wrong person to mess with. Don't underestimate homeowners who know the law. Union Show, where justice meets karma.